So I got a new addition to the Pro XP, and it's hopefully to solve an issue that people talk about regularly with these things, and that's how hot it is inside. And that addition is from Adventure Products USA, and is the heat shield kit that they have that covers the whole center console, and I have the one that covers the whole back wall. And I've only taken it out a couple times since adding it, but I can give a little bit of a review, and people who are wondering what it's like, I can tell you. So it definitely, when you got it all enclosed like this, it's still going to be hot in there. So don't expect it to suddenly be like you turn the temperature off. It's still a hot machine. I'm going to take the upper doors off and try it with that, and I'm thinking it'll be quite a bit better because when you're driving in this thing, it's normally like when it's I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's 30 degrees out Celsius or more, 35. And when you're driving, this whole tunnel just gets cooking hot, and at times I don't even want to rest my leg on it. Like, it's so warm. And that's even after putting heat shielding on the whole inside of the tunnel, the whole thing, and I did the whole back wall behind the seats, and you can see it up through in here, which some people claim doesn't do a whole lot, and I mean, it does a little. It's not great. Like, I have the heater in there, and I think what's happening is the air that's normally coming in through the tunnel, and it'll normally pass right through. I think it's kind of getting blocked up in there and just building a bunch of heat. Because when I first got it, I had the windshield, but I didn't have really anything else. I had the back window, I think. But it wasn't that bad. But after adding the heater in the fall and then the next summer, it was super hot in there. Even after adding all the heat shielding in there. And when you're driving, it's like a blow dryer blowing out of the vent here where the shifter is. And it's just very uncomfortable, especially when it's hot out. In the winter, it's fine. But in the winter, it doesn't get hot on there because the radiators don't heat up that much. And it's because... I mean, they're all side-by-sides are hot. It's just the nature of them. It's plastic and heat. But on the turbo ones, you got a radiator and like a water to air intercooler or whatever. It's cooling the turbo down. So you got double heat soaking of the air, and then it goes right through the middle and just heats everything up. But after adding the heat shielding kit from Adventure Products, it definitely makes a difference. I was hoping that the back, would make it a little quieter in here. It doesn't make a difference really that way. Like, it's not super thick, which is nice because you can still fit stuff behind the seat, like keep belt or whatever, random stuff behind the seat. So you still have room there for that. But yeah, I think the back one could have been thicker. But it's super easy to install. It's just the back one's like 3 pieces of Velcro on the back wall. I mean, it all basically sits there even if there wasn't Velcro. The same thing goes for the center one. Like, it's just, there's Velcro already stuck to it, and so you just peel the stickies off the back of the Velcro and you just stick it on after your plastics are clean. And it all fits in there. Like, you don't even have to use the Velcro if you don't want to, because it all, like, there's a slot for sticking your your shifter goes through like that, and it all just basically fits together really nice. Like, you don't even have to stick it on there if you don't want to. But driving with it on, like I said, the plastics, didn't even want to rest my leg on it. It would get so hot up against here where your knee always rubs. But this stuff, in sections, it's still warm, but other spots is completely cold. So it's like a big difference just for soaking the heat. And then if you get the slit shift option, which I recommend, it just stops that hot air from blowing out. Because on big rides I've taken a rag and shoved it in there just to stop the air from blowing out, and it makes a difference. And then when you're driving, normally you get a lot of heat. Like, this whole back wall is normally very hot. Same with the whole center console. It's super warm, but It's definitely made a difference. I think it's worth it if that's an issue for you, the heat. But I don't know if it's possible to block off the front of that tunnel. And I didn't put heat insulation around the coolant lines, which I've seen some people doing because the heater's in there. And I didn't think it was going to be as big of an issue as it was because before I added the heater and everything, it wasn't super hot because I didn't have it totally enclosed. But it definitely makes a difference. So I'll see what it's like after I get the upper doors off and then go for a ride because it's pretty hot out now. Like it's going to be mid 30s Celsius this weekend, and yeah, we'll see what it's like. But if anybody has any questions, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to address them. Thanks for watching.